Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Kim. Over here, Kim's a little of a lot. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you are returning, welcome back. And today I am doing a collab with Teresa over at Tea Time Adventures for Mass Monday. We are doing a winter themed collab. And what I mean by winter theme is we did this like spur of the moment, pretty much putting this collab together. And we were under the impression that we had the same type of face mask. Turns out we don't. However, she has a polar bear mask and I have a penguin mask, and they're both collagen infused with some extra benefits. So we are going with that theme. And there will be a giveaway. I will be giving away 5 masks. I will show towards the end of the video what masks you will be receiving. And we are also doing, whoops, man, definitely down this time. Okay. Butterfingers, I have them, let me tell you. And we're also doing some Q&As. So Q&As are always fun, right? Okay, real quick, we received these questions from Charmaine's Staycation and Erica Conger. They collabed together last week with these questions, and I had also previously seen Taylor Marie answer these questions as well. So I will link all 3 of their channels in my description box down below, along with Teresa, of course. And yeah, this feels great. I actually put it in the fridge a few minutes before putting it on my face. And it's definitely cooling and cold. And what it is, this is by Planist. It's a firming facial mask. It lifts, it tightens, it nourishes, it's collagen, and it's got a penguin. Which, you know what? I'm going to say right off the bat, use the word penguin if you would like to enter my giveaway in a complete sentence. And yeah, I know it's still summertime, but the weather has cooled down a little bit, not winter-wise, but yeah, so cooling sensation, hence face mask. Okay, let's get into these questions. There are 20 of them, and they're kind of like spur of the moment, so hopefully I can answer these, and you guys get to learn a little bit more about me, and plain simple. Okay, so question number 1 starts off with, what TV shows are you into? Well, lately it's been true crime, thanks to my boyfriend. I've been watching a lot of true crime shows with him and whatnot. In fact, last night, it wasn't a true crime show, but it was, I don't remember the exact title. I think it's like autopsy, celebrity autopsies. The final moments, leading up into their death. And we happened to watch the one last night on Paul Walker. And he was one of my favorite celebrities. So yeah, we watched that last night. That was rather sad. But yeah, those are the TV shows that I have been into lately, because I really don't watch as much TV anymore, as I've been figuring out. Question number 2. What is the best concert I've ever been to? There have been many, but the best concert I ever went to involved pretty no singing. It was the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and it was their Christmas concert. They had God, I think it was like back in 2012 or 2013. It was a long time ago. And it was great. The pyrotechnics were phenomenal. We were inside in a coliseum. It didn't matter if you were all the way in the back or up towards the front. I was kind of like in the middle, but the laser show, the pyrotechnics, I mean, you felt the heat from the flames and everything. It was just phenomenal. I listened to the CD every year around Christmas time. That was my best concert that I have ever gone to. What quirks do I have? Well, there are a few, I guess you could say. Growing up, I was called Gandhi. You probably can't see it right now through the face mask, and now that I'm going to point it out, everyone's going to know it's there, if you don't know already. But this right here is a birthmark. I was born with it, and I wanted to get it removed, but my dermatologist had turned around and said, you know, if we burn it off, it's going to leave a more noticeable scar. And if we cut it out, it's going to leave a crater. So he said best is to leave well enough alone. It's a part of me. So, yeah. But I grew up dealing with being called Gandhi quite a bit. I let it roll off my shoulder 9 out of 10 times. There's other quirks too. I'm trying to think what would I bite my nails. I am a nail biter. That's why I like to grow out my nails, because if I don't, I tend to nibble on them. I don't like to do that. I've tried that stuff where you put stuff on your hands, and yeah, that don't work. I just nibble that stuff right off. But I have stopped nail biting. Once in a blue moon, I still realize I have a habit and tend to do it. But that's why I like to grow out my nails so I don't bite them. And yeah, those are my quirks pretty much. You know, nothing crazy. I don't have it on at the moment, but I do also like to wear scrunchies almost every day, all the time on my wrist. Wherever I go, there has to be a scrunchie, usually. Okay, question number 4. Who is your celebrity crush? Well, George Clooney, all the way, from the get-go. Ever since he was a very young actor on ER, and yeah, all the casino movies that he's been in, and the vampire movies, and you know, even the commercials that he's been in and whatnot. He is just my all-time favorite crush. George Clooney, all the way. What is an inside joke that you have with a family member or a friend? Okay. Going back sentimental here because she's no longer with me. She passed away back in 2015. But it was my best friend, Heather. And we were at a store one time, and we were looking at socks on a rack or whatnot, and they had packages of socks. And she went to go grab a pair off the wall, and they still have them on the wall, you know, where they have the hooks that, you know, stick out and whatnot. Well, she went to go grab a package, and it literally like started here and went and then spit out at the bottom. And I looked at her and I said, Plinko. And it literally reminded us of Plinko. It's a game, the game show. What's the game show? Price is Right, I think. The game show. They have Plinko or something and whatnot, where you put the disc in at the top and you let it go down into the slot. So whenever we were in a department store after that, it didn't matter if we were with each other or by ourselves separately or with somebody, we would just like be at a wall and we'd see that and we'd just look at each other and start cracking up. And they're like, what is wrong with you two? And we're like, nothing, you know, but we know exactly what we were thinking. It just reminded us of Plinko. And yeah, I still remember it to this day, and I always will. Okay, next question, number 6. What's your dream car? I actually own it, finally. A Jeep Wrangler. That's always been my dream, to own a Jeep Wrangler, and I do. It's definitely been through the run of the mill, through mud, through waters, little, you know, rivers and streams and whatnot. I had purchased it used, but that's okay. It's still my dream car. It's my Jeep Wrangler. I love it, and yeah, it's one of the things I've wanted in my lifetime, and I have it. I also want a boat down the line and my own camper. I don't see those happening. That's okay. I have my Jeep Wrangler, and I'm good with that. Okay, what job would you be terrible at? Well, the fact that there's a lot of man downs with me and me tossing things and dropping things, I could never be a waitress. I'd probably cost the business a ton of money with replacing dishes and plates and throwing forks at people by accident. You know, oh, it slipped, I'm sorry, you know. So, yeah, I would never be able to do waitress or whatnot. I would love to because I'm very sociable and I get along with, you know, a lot of people and whatnot, but yeah, I would not get good tips. Let's put it that way. Let's see. What skill would you like to master? Honestly, right now it's crocheting because I try and I fail and I keep trying and I fail. I mean, it looks easy. I would love to make blankets, and stuff like that, or socks, and even as a hobby, or to maybe even sell someday to friends and family or whatnot. But I would love to learn to crochet. I still try and I fail miserably, and I do this step by step, but my hands just don't want to get along, when it comes to using the rods. Okay, let's see. What fictional place would you most like to go? Well, there, I want to say Fairyland. There are actually two movies that remind me of Fairyland. One is The Labyrinth, and whatnot, with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. I would love to experience a time like that with those fictional characters, especially Bluto. And the other one, what I'd have to say is The Last Unicorn, with Tom Cruise and whatnot. Whenever those movies are on, I tend to watch them still to this day, because it reminds me of my childhood days, and, it's fantasy. So, next is number 10. We're actually halfway through, and we're 11 minutes in. Not bad. And we keep this mask on for 10 to 20 minutes. So, all right. Number 10. What would be the most amazing adventure to go on? That's easy. Space. Take me to space. And if it's not like completely on the moon, outer space, or International Space Station, anything like that, then at least let me feel the weightlessness of gravity. I would love to experience that. Yeah, that's been a dream of mine. So definitely a trip to space. What is the luckiest thing that has happened to you? Well, I don't consider it lucky. I mean, people tell me that I should consider it the luckiest thing that's ever happened to me. So I finally go with it. But long story short, back in 1996, I was in a horrific car accident. I was not driving. I was the backseat passenger. And long story short, we're on the thruway, and my driver is heading eastbound, and another driver's heading westbound. He decided he didn't want to live any longer and decided to cross over and I guess hit the first car he saw or whatnot, which happened to have been us. And head on, well, it would have been head on, but my driver quickly saw what was coming. We just saw headlights, and he jetted the wheel, but we were in a Cougar, and the instant the car hit impact, spun us and split the car in two on impact. And I went out of the car with the back of the car bouncing across the LIE. And which I try not to laugh about it because I'm still, flabbergasted by it all to this day. I can remember it occurring, and whatnot. And witnesses who saw the accident take place said I looked like a rag doll being tossed out. They did not think that I survived. Well, I did survive, and I never even blacked out. I experienced everything, and whatnot. I remember it all, and I also remember slow motion occurring. The whole entire time that the accident was occurring, it was all slow motion for me. It felt like I was in a bubble. But everyone said, you are so lucky to be alive and whatnot. It was a lot of recovering, and stuff like that. I mean, I did suffer broken bones and, rashes and glass in face. In fact, I still have glass in my face to this day. It's just so deep you can't get to it and whatnot. But, yeah. So I finally say, okay, I'm lucky with that. Let's see. I lost my spot. Chum, 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 chum. Oh, another thing lucky about that car accident as well. My driver, this guy Matt, and my friend at the time, her name Bridget. She was 2 months pregnant, 3 months, something like that, and she has a perfectly healthy girl, and whatnot to this day. So it was just a miracle in itself that we walked away. Well, they walked away from the accident. I didn't. I had gotten rushed to the hospital. But we all survived, and that's a blessing right there. So yes, I'm lucky to have, I'm lucky. Okay. Um, where are we? Number 12. What is the most annoying habit other people have? Snapping their gum while talking. I know quite a few people that do it. I mean, I don't tell them about it because I don't want to, seem too pushy, or self-centered in a way. But yeah, they'll be talking, and I don't know whether there's like, you know, blowing a bubble and snapping it in their teeth, and I'm just like, finish the. Already. But yeah, that drives me up a wall sometimes. What is the most impressive thing you know how to do? I don't know. I'm just your average girl, woman. Um, I could read backwards. Is that considered impressive? Sorry, I just shook the table a bit. I can, yeah, I can read backwards if that's impressive. Let's see. What is the best book series you've ever read? Okay, that's easy. That's The Shining by Stephen King. Whatnot. I do like horror movies, and I do like reading his books. It was like a two-book series. I think the first one was The Shining back from the 70s, and the other one was Doctor. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. What was it called? Doctor Good, Doctor Sleep, Doctor Sleep. That was in the 2000s. I forget exactly what year, but yeah, I enjoy reading those series. Would I read them again? Probably, but I've only read them once so far. But it is one of my favorite book series. Ah, let's see. My writing is bad when I wrote these questions down. What song do you have completely memorized? A lot of songs. Um, Oh my goodness. If I had to pick one off the top of my head right now, I'd say it's the Beatles, Let It Be. I know that song by heart, memorized. In fact, I pretty much know every single Beatles song memorized. Thanks to my father. We used to always drive to his mom's in the city and pick her up, and we'd always be playing the Beatles or Traveling Wilburys or the Beach Boys. So, yeah, I know all of those songs. Okay. Oh, plus Baby Got Back. I know that song by heart. Okay, let's see. What hobby would you get into if you had more time and money? Making jellies and jams and like butter spreads and whatnot. I would love to do that. Just to have for myself and maybe sell down the line someday. I would not mind getting into that at all. I know it does take time and investing in money to do something like that, but yeah, I would definitely do that. Number 17. Who's your go-to band or artist when you can't decide on something to listen to? I think I mentioned them already. The Beatles. If I, can't find a song or whatnot, I'll pop in a Beatles CD. Or Neil Diamond, and whatnot, because, my mom, she grew me up with Neil Diamond and ABBA. So, yeah, those would be my go-to songs. Bands, singers. Okay, question 18. What irrational fear do you have? Hmm. I guess you could say I still do it to this day, so it's definitely got to be an irrational fear of mine. Since the car accident back in 1996, I mean, it took a long, long time for me to start driving again, just in general, because I was afraid to be in a moving car. Um, but I like to be in control. So 9 out of 10 times, I'll be doing the driving and whatnot. And it took a long time to drive with a passenger or have somebody in the back seat. because was constantly worried about them nonstop. But my irrational part of it is if somebody's driving and I'm in the passenger seat and I see brake lights happening in front of me, but my driver is not responding right at that very second, like I want to see them start braking and they don't, I look for that imaginary brake. I'm like, where is it? And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. And like I literally start stopping the car, or I get very uneasy and I'll like tense up. So I've gotten better over the years with that, but it is still an irrational fear of mine to this day. It's just something automatic that happens when you experience something traumatic. You're left with some repercussions. That's one of them. Okay, question 19. What is the best compliment you ever received? Well, it was a compliment at the end, but in the beginning, the person thought I was like following them and chasing them, and they wound up calling not the cops on me, but like the security apartment that I had followed her into or whatnot. So then I had security. I was following this lady, and then I had security following me, and she finally stopped and she's like, "Can I help you with something?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "You were just at the store and you left your pocketbook. I was yelling for you, but you quickly got in the car and left. I didn't have a phone on me, because we don't have phones back then, at that when this was occurring. We didn't walk around with cell phones all the time. I followed her to her place, or at least until she was going to stop, and I gave her her pocketbook. And she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know it." And then she goes to look at her pass in her seat, and she's like, "Oh wow, it's really not there." Of course it's not there, because I'm telling you, I have it in my hands. Please take your pocketbook. And the security guy's like, "Oh, that was so sweet of you to do." I'm like, "I'm sorry if you thought I was like, following, tailgating and following you. I guess in a way I was, but it was for a good cause." Nowadays, if that was to ever happen again, I probably wouldn't follow. I probably turn it into the customer desk or whatnot, whatever store I was in, and then possibly post it maybe on Facebook in a group saying, "Hey, if somebody was here at this time, at this place during this day, you left your stuff, go and get it, type deal." Because nowadays, I don't think you can be that trusting anymore, because somebody could have a road rage that day going on or something, so I wouldn't chance it. But she was very, very thankful after that, and she complimented me right and left, and so happy. She even went to offer me money, and I was like, "No." And she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, there's nobody like that with you." And so finally, she literally like threw $20 in my hand. She's just like, "Take it." She's like, "I'm not leaving you until you take this." And I'm like, "Okay." So I took it and I put gas in my car. Left it at that. Okay, question 20. If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to? Samantha. I love the name Samantha. If I ever had a girl, I don't have any kids, but if I ever had a girl, I would name her Samantha. I wish my parents named me Samantha. I don't mind Kim and Kimberly. My full name is Kimberly. Actually, when I was not born yet and my parents were thinking of a name, my mom actually wanted to call me Kimberlina. Definitely would have been a unique name. Might have given me some issues back in early school days with that name. So I'm happy that they stuck with Kimberly and whatnot. But yeah. So guys, that was my 20 questions. You got to experience a little bit more about me, and it opens up a little bit about some of my fears and my hopes and stuff like that. But yeah, so we are having a giveaway, and this mask is due to come off. This was really nice. Rub the essence in afterwards. Teresa, I can't wait to see her answers to these questions. Oh, this feels so nice. There's actually a lot of serum left over, so I'm going to bring it on down a little bit. Oh, this feels great. Okay, so my rules to the giveaway will be, listed down below, but please be publicly subscribed to both myself and Teresa over at Tea Time Adventures. I will leave their links down below. And like I said, I'll leave the ladies' links down below as well who have done these questions already. If you want to check out their channel, more than welcome to. And let's see, I said to use the word penguin in a sentence, and my giveaway rules will be down below. They're the same pretty much. You know, this is open to United States residents only. You need to be 18 years age or older, you know, whatnot. You must have a U.S. verifiable mailing address or a postal box. If you were to experience any type of allergic reaction or sensitivity to any of the products that are in the giveaway, I nor YouTube or any brand of product can be held responsible. Once I pick my winner, you will have 48 hours to get in touch with me through my Gmail account so I can get your information and get these 5 masks sent on off to you, which are, first is going to be by Miss Spa Hydrate Facial Sheet Mask. We have that. Then we have by Ariel, I believe that's how you say it. It's a 2 days mask hydrating and nourishing bamboo water. It's very hydrating. Then we have here, this is a good Korean brand skincare mask. It's highly moisturizing Essence Mask Pack. I just cannot say the name, so this is the mask. And then by Lux Beauty, we have Lavish Me Sheet Mask. It's a vitamin infused for a healthier looking skin glow. And this is for all skin types. And then the last mask, I decided to make it a creme shop. It is vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. This is a fusion sheet mask. The benefits of 2 masks in 1. Okay, so those are the masks that are going to be in this giveaway. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my questions and answers and spent some time with me. Make sure you check out all the other Mask Monday ladies having their videos and whatnot go up today. And I will see you guys all again soon. Take care. Be well. Bye.